15 Ugliest Cars Ever Made. The automotive industry spends so much time designing a car, but despite their best efforts, not every single car is well received by the world. We have seen ugly cars everywhere and pondered how they rolled off the assembly line. Here is a list of the 15 ugliest cars ever made. Fiat Multiplier. Even though Fiat Multiplier is a very practical car because of 2 rows of 3 seats and clever packaging, but when you have a look at that car, you know that you would prefer to walk than to drive in that car. The muffin top bulge along with those bug eyes headlights isn't really something people go for. Volkswagen Type 181, aka Trekker/Thing. The Volkswagen Type 181 was made available to the public from 1968 to 1980, depending on the location. The car went under various names as it is so unique that the creator struggled to come up with a proper name for it. There were names chosen for the car like Trekker in the United Kingdom and the Thing in the US. The Type 181 is slow and uncomfortable, particularly on long trips. It is one of the most unappealing German automobiles ever made. Why would anyone want to drive in a Mini Moki-inspired biscuit tin is beyond me. Nissan Cube. Accurately named Nissan Cube was produced for more than 20 years before it got discontinued in 2019. This is sincerely not bad for a car which looks like someone stuck 4 wheels and an engine to a cube. The only explanations to the 2 decades of this running is that it actually drives quite well. The ugliness of the car does extend to its interior as well. There is a small circular rug feature on the top of the dashboard for God knows why. The Nissan Cube has a rippled roofline that is just another odd feature that we can't figure out. Cadillac Seville. I don't really have the explanation for the Cadillac Seville, but I'm pretty sure that whoever signed off on this car didn't see it from back. If you think that the front of the car is where things went wrong, you're not even close. While the front does look like a Caddy from the 50s era, but the rear of the car looks like it is about to melt. Sparrow Autobahn concept. Sparrow Autobahn was presented at the 2010 Motor Show as a tribute to Swiss racing driver Freddie Leinhard. The car concept is stranger, if not completely illogical, and seems something straight out of Star Trek. The Sparrow Autobahn is an utter atrocity of a car, with every feature of it being wrong in some way. This car has angles more stretched than they actually need to be. Chrysler PT Cruiser. The Chrysler PT Cruiser is filled with awkward aspects. The car is odd, clunky shaped with unappealing style of headlights, and front dashboard of the car complement its otherwise lackluster interior. It is just a shrunken minivan. For every person who liked this retro style car, there are 5 people tittering about how hideous the car is. You can count me in the latter one. Aston Martin Lagonda. Aston Martin is known for giving the world the most exquisite cars, but the Aston Martin Lagonda is an exception with its very distasteful look. The front and back is severely unbalanced, and the car is ludicrously long with a pointed shape. The car was manufactured in 1976, and only 645 were produced. This showed how the car faced a lot of rejection from the world, which is pretty much justifiable. Nissan Escargo. This car looks something like a submarine or a golf cart. We can't seem to figure out what does this car resemble more. Do you even need a license to drive this thing, or it just rolls out the road automatically? We just have too many inquiries about this monstrosity, which is actually a car. All the manufactured units of Nissan Escargo were brought by the pizza stores who use these for home delivery. This car is a massive design failure, and we think the person who signed off this design was kind of blind. Or maybe he went blind due to its ugliness. Fiat 600 Multiplier Marinella. The Multiplier car could be considered cute, but only in cartoons. This car is barely 10 feet long. It was designed for city travel, but it's honestly hard to imagine that someone would even want to look at this car, let alone drive it. Plymouth Prowler. The Prowler was inspired by hot rods from the 1930s, with its open front wheels looking like something from an IndyCar race. The wheels of the car, along with its V-shaped front, make the car seem so out of place. Jeep Patriot 2007. The Jeep Patriot is nothing besides a hideous, wheezy, and absolutely mediocre Chrysler SVU. To our eyes, this car is a tumified soft rotor along with its eyes too close together and the oddly shaped wings and bumper looking like an awkward hamster. SsangYong Rodius. Even though when the SsangYong Rodius was introduced, it was highly appreciated for its affordability and utility, but its design received a lot of criticism. And oh boy, I don't blame them. The oversized front with a curved base of grille and the character line being stretched across the body of the car is just a few quirky aspects of this car. Rolls-Royce Kamarg. The Kamarg is worse looking Rolls-Royce that it received comments such as, "This is a monument to wretched excess," and belongs in the back of an RR museum in the section marked Freaks and Mistakes, and describing the car as ghastly and urging buyers to bring a mallet along with them. Ford Scorpio Mk2. The Ford Scorpio Mk2 ruined its predecessor reputation when it came out looking like a demented, gawking mouth frog at the front with its strangely shaped rear end. To this date, people are puzzled over who screwed over the Scorpio range. Sin S1. The Sin S1 is lightweight, track-focused car introduced in 2018 while horrifying anyone who has a functioning pair of eyes. It seems like as someone was deliberately trying to make it look like the worst-looking sports car ever. The Sin S1 is expected to retail for $49,900, although I'm doubtful if that would even be able to reach the UK shores.